What's up, everybody? Well, I got another gameplay video for you guys today, and today we're going to have another look at Assassin's Creed Origins, but this time we're going to be playing at 1440p on an external monitor. So, the laptop's all set up, ready to go. Don't know why its keyboard lights aren't lighting up right now, but I left it on to upload stuff last night, and just didn't restart it before making the videos. A simple turn off and turn on usually fixes that. It's a weird little bug, but whatever. I don't care that much about it. If anything, since I've got another keyboard over here, that's kind of just saving the lights on that keyboard and the laptop, because it's not like I can replace those lights after all. Anyway though, I'm blabbing on about nonsense. Why don't we hop in and look at some settings? Alright, so starting off with our 1440p gameplay here, we're going to look through these real fast. And there we go, we got the maxed out field of view and all that shit. So let's go look at the very low settings. Now let's look at the very low settings. Alright, and now let's go run a bench. Alright, very low benchmarks all finished here, and it definitely did a lot better on 1440p on external. But we already know it does better on externals, but this is much better. We only got like, I think 92 at 1080p. I can't remember, I should have looked right before making this video. And then I would have known, but hindsight's 2020 I guess. We got ultra high performance this time. 12,000 frame score, 99 average. There's our 2 milliseconds for our CPU and GPU, and there's our system info, so let's go hop right into that game. So, starting out our very low gameplay here. It's always fun for me to go play these games on lower, what do you call them, settings at high resolution, because then you can really see how bad the game, or how bad the setting looks. Huh. Did any Assassin's Creed games come out on the Switch? No, right? There's no way any of them could handle it. I mean, maybe the first one and second one, maybe the third, but I don't know. I'm not saying they're on there. I'm just saying those ones probably could run on it. I mean, if Crisis could. Mind you, it's super, like, low-end Crisis, but it's still on there. But heck, besides exclusives, I don't really see myself touching my Switch for much. The Steam Deck is just way too much fun, as far as my mobile needs go. So yeah, we'll just keep running around in town. Every once in a blue moon, I might get into a fight here and there, but for the most part, just kind of trying to run around, keep out of trouble, just chill. Wow, that giant-ass thing just kind of appeared out of nowhere. What is that, a catapult? A battering ram, I think. Maybe they use it to pound the cement blocks into place. Anyway, let's move on. Alright, now we're starting off on very low, getting some camera gameplay in here. And the external monitor definitely helps a bunch. But as you can see, it helps with the FPS, but we're still not fully getting full utilization of our GPU. Jeez. If I can talk. And see, a lot of people would just add that shit out, but I just don't care. I'm not gonna lie, I thought he said, beans. But that is not what he said. Nope. Not even a little bit. Hey, and look at that. We're right back where we started. There's the donkey. Get back up to this little area up here.
and then we'll move on to the next graphics setting. And next graphics setting it is.
Alright, on to low settings. Alright, time to get into that benchmark. Okay, now for low benchmark. We'll go through our little bars like we've been doing. Alright, I'm pretty sure everybody else has already read this by now, but we got very high performance at 11,794 for score, 96 average. And now, why don't we go into the game? Now for the low gameplay. Let's hop down here. Ah, they're moving one of those giant things. And here's another one they were having us. They just put it on these little rolly things. And then it's easy to pull with enough people. Well, not easy to pull, but with enough people you can pull it. Let's put it that way. Yeah, and that thing still just pops in. I wonder if it'll stop doing that when we get to a certain graphics setting. It's probably got something to do with the view distance, I would imagine. Out of my way. I'm running into you on purpose, but still out of my way.
Huh?
Alright though, this looks like a good spot to stop. Ooh, cats. And let's move on.
Alright guys, now we're on low. And in between each whatchamacallit video, I send a text to Danielle. Now we're trying to talk and whatnot again. That's kind of cool. It's been forever, so it's a little weird to like talk to her again. It's been so long I started to think we weren't even going to be friends or anything anymore. But at the same time, I kept on holding on to hope at the same time. So it looks like the holding on for hope part 1. Because being negative about stuff is never good. If you sit there and are always negative and be like, oh yeah, no, everything bad is always going to happen. It's not like it's necessarily going to make it happen, but you're going to start noticing lots of more bad stuff happen, and it's going to be a snowball effect. Versus if you be happy about stuff and just look at the good that's going on, it just ends up working a lot better. I mean, look at that. She's talking to me again. That's at least step 1. And she doesn't hold any grudges against me, so that's good. I never held any against her, but... Ooh, I can assist some rebels. Hey, now, hey now. Whoa. Hey. Here we go. Oh no. Loot. Stop shooting me. I go back here and we move on now.
Well, here we go on medium. So, a quick look at the settings we shall have. And then, we'll do a benchmark, and then into the gameplay itself. You know, I really like when games actually show you what the settings do, instead of just leaving it up to yourself to have to load all the way into the game, see if you can see a difference yourself, and then move on from there, you know? Anyway though, let's get into that benchmark. Here we go with some medium benchmark. So let's scroll across these, as we've done with every single other one, besides, like, I think the very first very low, and perform, or what do you call it, 1080p I didn't do that with, but I figured I should do this once I learned you could do it. Then we got very high, 11,221 for a score. We averaged 91 in the test. And then our two CPU and GPU average frame times, our system info, and now it's time for game. Into some medium gameplay. Hey look, one of my guys is in trouble. Let's go assist him. Stop attacking the rebels, you scum. Done. And then a little loot. And I got a little tiny bit of XP for protecting my allies, which is always fun. Okay, I guess. Oh, there's some more rebels to assist. No, you don't get to do that. No calling for help. Alright, that guy's toast. And now he's definitely toast because I stabbed him in the throat. Oh yeah, that's right, I can't like jump down anything because I have no idea how because I'm playing with keyboard and mouse. At least you have down that one. Let's try and prevent this guy from doing that. Yep, good. We don't need any more people coming over here. Oh cool, my bird's coming down and attacking this bitch. Damn, he hits hard. I mean, what do I expect? Look at the size of the bastard. Ooh, you almost set me on fire. If I hadn't moved at that precise second, I would be on fire right now. And now you're done. Now we can finish this guy off. Ooh, you're good at dodging, but can you keep it up? Nope, I guess you can't. Aha! You're done. Alright, stab him, and then it's time for us to just get out of here. If I get too many people over here with the life I've got, I'm probably gonna die, because I'm not that used to fighting on here. But they already probably still see me. Almost, yep, definitely thought they could still see me, and now I'm for sure they're shooting at me. If they can shoot at you, they see you. Anyway, let's move on.
Alright, now for a little bit of some medium gameplay here. They're still after me. Hey, I'm just passing through, guys. Just passing through. You go light your frickin' laser. I flee! That way I won't die. They're after me. Well, you're in my way. I was trying to just escape, but you guys won't let me, so now I'm gonna start cutting you guys down. Such a cool sword. But alright, why don't we go ahead and move on?
So now we're going to move on to high settings here. So let's just take a quick look at them. And there we are. So now, let us go ahead and move on. So now we're going to do this high benchmark here, and it's all done. So let's just look through these 3 bars really fast. And there we go. So now let's go move on. All right. Now we're on high, so why not also get slightly high? Man, that grumps tastes good. I like that grape aftertaste. I'll have to get me more of that if it's available. Although, every single dang time I find something I like at the dispensary, it's sold out. Well, I can't say that for everything. My gelato is almost always in stock, but I find something else, like I like my GMO or garlic cookies, and then that gets sold out. Wonka bars, stuff like that. But hey, there's always something fun. That's the whole fun of going to a place like that. There's almost always something tasty and fun. Especially when you can either have them deliver it to your house or just pick it up and have them bring it out to your car. Never thought I'd live long enough to be able to do that. Man, we're getting... This mountain is covering this whole land with its shadow. It's moon shadow, that is. Alright, though. Moving on.
Alright, guys. Now we're doing some high gameplay here. Look at that. That's a pyramid that's being built. It's kind of cool seeing how those were built. When I was a kid, I always thought that was amazing that they could build such crazy structures with such primitive tools. And then I look at today, and it's like, well, we can kind of make some good-looking stuff, but then, like, a lot of it just falls apart. We don't build stuff to last, at least in America. It might be different in other countries. I can only speak for my own. I keep my nose out of other people's business, unlike a lot of other people. And I'm not going to sit here and go, oh, yeah, where I live is automatically the best place ever. Like, don't get me wrong, I like it, and I wouldn't want to live anywhere else, but a lot of people have, like, I'm sure a lot of people from other countries get a little mad at the Americans', like, complex of superiority. So, I just feel like not doing all that exuberantness. That's just me, though. And it's not like I'm sitting here like, oh my god, anybody that does do that is a piece of shit. Like, nah. I just don't feel like doing that, that's all. Anyway, though, I think that is more than good. Why don't we move on to very high now?
Now, very high settings time. I always like the music in Assassin's Creed games too. They'll have some good ass music. Although good music does make a good game, or for a better game rather. Not that good music's gonna make a crappy game great. Anyway though, time to see how it does in a bench. The very high benchmark's all finished running now, so let's go through our 3 bars here. And then we got very high performance, 10,270 frames, 83 average. There's our 2 milliseconds. And our system info. And now, let's get back into that game. Well, now, we've got some very high gameplay here. So, figure, why don't I get very high now? This stuff is strong, so I probably will be after this. Oh yeah, that is some good shit. Now take a quick drink. The aftertaste tastes really good with a Baja Blast and a chaser. That's awesome. The hell was that guy's problem? He did like the, what, you want to go, man thing, and then he just kind of kept walking. Yeah, that's what I thought. He was like 2 seconds away from getting like punched in the face, like pow. Sorry, I'm all like super hyper and excited that Danielle's talking to me again. So I'm also smoking quite a bit as celebration. You guys always sound so angry, but I'm wondering if it's like Russian and it just sounds angry. And he's just saying, hello, good sir, how are you doing today? but yet since he's doing it in a shouting manner, it sounds like he's angry, you know? Anyway, we got out over here, so now let's go move on.
Well, now we are on very high. So at some points we're at 98% GPU usage and 99, but at some points we're not. See? We dropped down to like 76 there, so I think this is another one that's just not coded the best. And I feel like these games are like that for everything. I'll have to try them out on my main computer and see if they get way less FPS than I think I should, like utilization-wise. Or if it's just kind of like an AMD thing. But I'm pretty sure a lot of these games were more in favor of AMD rather than anything. Although that might have just been something about Ryzen processors. I can't remember. I could have sworn I saw them bragging about them or something in some of the later games. Or maybe I'm thinking of Far Cry. Which was funny enough. They bragged all about Ryzen, and for the longest time, Intel owned them completely in their own Far Cry benchmarks. It wasn't until 5000 that AMD soared ahead, but now, with 12th gen, Intel is back ahead again. But that's okay. It's kind of that thing where if you don't have two things to compare, as long as it does what you want, who cares if something's faster than the thing you have? Like, in the electronic world, if you want to have the best, unless you're like a millionaire, it's fucking pointless, because you're always going to be chasing the dragon. Being like, oh, nope, I gotta have the best computer. Oh, no, I gotta have the best laptop. And it's like, if you got the money to do that, all the power to you. If you just want to do that and you got the money to it, don't let me try to make it feel bad about doing it. But a lot of people that can't even afford it seem to, like, do that just to, like, I guess prove to a bunch of strangers online that they're, like, rich when they're not. And it's just kind of weird. I never really understood that. Anyway, though, I'm blabbering on and on about nonsense. Why don't we go ahead and move on to the next graphics setting?
Alright, and now we have made it to ultra high. And this will be the last setting because there's no FSR or anything like that to do here. And alright, let's go see how it does in a benchmark. Well, the ultra benchmark just got finished, and here's how it did. We had a big old spike towards the beginning this time, but it was smooth after that. And here we go, we got very high performance. 9,446, we averaged 77 this time. And there's our millisecond and our system info. Now let's go see how it does in the actual game. Well, alright. Now we've got ourselves some ultra high gameplay, so I mean, the game is basically telling me to get ultra high, so I might as well oblige, right? You know what else is cool? Assassin's Creed games get you just walk around and kind of just see how things were, or at least what we think things were like back then in all these different time periods. I've been through so many different time periods in all the various Assassin's Creed games. I've beaten every single Assassin's Creed game besides Valhalla. That just came out at a bad time. Like, it came out, I started playing it, and I like to really, like, get lots of stuff done in these games. And then while I was doing that, I didn't finish it, and then Cyberpunk came out. So then I started just playing nothing but Cyberpunk, because that's the same kind of game. There was lots to do in that game. Did all the side missions and all that. Got, like, the secret endings. Now I just have to beat it one more time on the hardest difficulty, and I'll be sufficiently happy and probably not play it anymore unless, like, DLC comes out, which it sounds like nothing like that's ever coming out for it. Anyway, though, why don't we move on?
Well, alright, guys. We are on ultra high now. The game definitely looks great, considering it's kind of an older title now. Still not getting, like, 100% utilization in certain spots, though, but I think that's just down to the engine of the game. I think certain spots it just can't do. I mean, look at the CPU though. This is an 8 core and it's pushing it up over 50% utilization at some point, so at least on the CPU side it's doing good. There's the donkey. Can you ride the donkey? No, of course not. I think that would have been awesome. There's that pyramid that's being built again. Alright though, I think that is more than good enough. It's time to wrap this video on up. Well, alright guys, that is a wrap for Assassin's Creed Origins, at least at 1440p. Now we just gotta do some ultra wide and some 4K. But I'm gonna leave that for another day as it's already almost 4. It's time for me to start turning these into actual videos. So I gotta go do the voiceovers, and then I gotta go and actually do the video editing itself, and then wait for it to encode, so much to do. But anyway, I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and until the next one, peace out guys.